סליחה? סליחה? אנחנו מתחילים. היא אמרה לי עכשיו. יאללה, נתחיל. Good evening, families, friends, and guests. Tonight we celebrate a special ending at Tel Aviv University. This last year has brought many challenges and has presented us with unique situations. Tonight, you were able to be with us in person after 2 years that it wasn't possible, and we are so happy to see you and send our greetings to the families that are joining us virtually. We salute you all and recognize your important role in the accomplishments of this amazing group of 2022 graduating students. And now I would like to invite the class of 2022 international graduate students to enter the auditorium and take their place. MA in Ancient Israel Studies. MA in Conflict Resolution and Mediation. MA in Global Migration and Policy. Oh, MA in Global Migration and Policy, where are you? Calling you to the stage. Let's clap for them. MA in Global Migration and Policy. All right, moving on. MA in Cyber Politics and Government. MDM, Emergency and Disaster Management. MA in Environmental Studies. MA in Environmental Studies. All right. MA in Environmental Studies, come on down. Parasol Foundation International LLM. International LLM. MA in Security and Diplomacy. All right. I'm calling so hard now. Sofer MBA. MA in TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages. And I've been advised that the MA in Global Migration and Policy is here, so welcome. Let's give them a round of applause as well. Dear students, dear friends, it's a pleasure to have you all here tonight at the end of the year ceremony of TAU International Graduate Programs. My name is Jennifer. I'm your MC for the evening, and I'm going to take you on this journey of graduation. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you all to put your phones on silent mode for the duration of the ceremony. I would like for us to give another big, big round of applause to all of the students sitting before us today. Tonight, we are celebrating in one ceremony the culmination of a journey of close to 300 international students who joined us from all around the world to get their master's degrees. We regret that not all of our students are able to be present tonight. As this event is being live streamed, we are glad they can be with us virtually. So say hello to all of our friends watching us from around the world. And now, the focus remains on you. As you graduate, we encourage you to put your newly acquired skills to the test. Get out there. We believe in your ability to make meaningful changes in communities and organizations in Israel or abroad. We look forward to a global conversation among our alumni network. We see you all as long-term partners in our journey to train leaders that will make significant changes across the globe. It is now my great pleasure to welcome Tel Aviv University's Dean of the Gershon H. Gordon Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor TAUi Sened.
Good evening. Just when we kind of got rid of the COVID, we got ourselves the situation in Ukraine. So maybe it's not the best year to graduate, or maybe it is. I travel a lot. I spend a lot of time in a lot of different corners in the world. And I've come to the conclusion, actually quite recently, that a lot of the harms that we observe, either on the television screens or visiting those places where horrible places happen, horrible things happen, what really characterizes so many of these situations is a basic deficiency in management, lack of knowledge of what could or should have been done, probably 3 days or 3 months or a year before disasters strike. So we are very happy that you have graduated, because we believe that we have given you the skills to help precisely in those situations, as was said before me, as Jennifer mentioned. We send you out to a troubled world. It is a troubled world. We cannot hide and we cannot run. We have to deal with it. And we do appreciate the fact, we do strongly believe that some of you, probably a large number of you, will soon find themselves in those areas in the world where you are most needed. And we do hope and we do believe that we have given you the skills to behave in and address these situations better than others. We sure hope so. So we send you with a warm farewell to all of you, to the community, and to those who need so desperately your help in those different, so many places where your help is needed. I would just like to thank, while at it, the friends, the parents. They say it takes a village. It probably takes a community, and I will not define community, but it is definitely critical that parents and friends and family members, educators, people who have run the different programs you graduate from, in all the different programs you have graduated from, it takes a lot of those who have brought you so far to have brought you thus far. So I'd like to use this opportunity, because we are not alone in this. There were parents, there were international organizations, there were schools back where you come from. There are a lot of individuals and groups and community members who have helped you get so far. We are kind of at the end of the chain. We have done our best to prepare you to those roles, positions that you are now going to take. Because one thing we do know about all of our graduates, they're never unemployed. Most of the time, they are overemployed, doing 1, 2, 3 jobs, day and night, working so hard in so many different places. So thank you all. Good evening and good luck.
Thank you, Professor Sened. I am now pleased to welcome Catherine Berger from the United States who studied in the Security and Diplomacy program, with Param Gandhi from India, who studied in the Electrical Engineering program. They will perform "I'd Love to Change the World" by 10 Years After.
Shalom, class of 2022. This one's for all of you here today. Everywhere is freaks and Harrys, dykes and fairies. Tell me, where is sanity? Tax the rich, feed the poor, till there are no rich no more. I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what to do. So I'll leave it up to you. Population keeps on breeding, nation bleeding, still no feeding, don't count on me. Life is funny, skies are sunny, bees make honey, who needs money? Monopoly. I love to change the world, but I don't know what to do. So I'll leave it up to you. But I don't know what to do. So I'll leave it up to you.
Wow, wow, wow. Keep the applause going, please. That was amazing. Thank you, Catherine and Param. I'm now pleased to introduce our valedictorian. Our valedictorian, Mr. Yibra Berhe from Ethiopia, who studied in the Security and Diplomacy program.
Thank you. Good evening. Erev Tov. Kamem Shichom. Good evening, parents, friends, professors, mentors, administrators, and of course, most importantly, Tel Aviv University MA graduates. My name is Yibrah Berha, and I'm graduating the MA in Security and Diplomacy program. I would like to start by congratulating the graduating class of 2022. We have come a long way since we have arrived in Israel. Fellow graduates, what a great honor it is to be here tonight. Not all universities offer this kind of educational opportunities. Here, we have had a high degree of academic excellence, and whether you intend to continue your education or not, you will benefit from this journey. This past year has presented us with some ups and downs. We were lucky to know that we have had our families along the way. I would especially like to convey my thankfulness to Sandel, Robel, Sarah, and my family. I wouldn't be here without you. As legend has it, the first interaction between Ethiopians and the Jewish people is from the biblical story of the Queen of Sheba, known in Ethiopia as Queen Makda of Aksum. She traveled to Jerusalem to meet with the renowned Solomon the Wise in the 10th century BC. While the story emphasizes King Solomon's authority and prophetic status, the Queen of Sheba, a foreign monarch, was in awe of King Solomon's wisdom and riches. It was not here in Israel that I was first exposed to the Jewish way of life. Outside of the village where my father was born, there was a synagogue made of mud with the Star of David put up on its roof. Indeed, Ethiopia has a large Jewish community, the majority of which made Aliyah in the 80s and 90s. They escaped through the Sudan in a covert operation called Operation Solomon. My father used to tell me stories of his Jewish childhood friends and how accommodating the community was towards different religions and their practices. Shabbat on Saturdays and Yom Kippur in October, it was an inspiring story of coexistence and pleasant living in rural Tigray. I was born in the Tigray region in 1992. Ethiopia, the most populous landlocked country in the world, has 83 ethnic groups, 90 individual languages, which follows one federal governance system. The country has experienced instability because of its heterogeneity. Ethiopia is believed to be more than 3,000 years old. It is one of the oldest states to accept Christianity and all Abrahamic religions, and is home to the third holiest site in the Islamic world. Sadly, this rich history was not enough to avoid numerous civil wars. In 1998, there was a major war between Ethiopia and Eritrea. I was 5 years old back then, and still can remember the chaos and the fear during this long months of war. 48 children from the school next to mine were killed in an air raid. The loud noise of the bombing is still present in my life. After this air attack, my mother and some other concerned mothers sent us children on our own to a safer remote location for 4 months. Here we can see the devastating power a war can have. The second war was to begin soon. In 2020, an ethnic war started in my region. The first part of the war was a conventional war, and the second part followed was an unconventional war that had guerrilla attacks and ambushes. In Professor Azargat's class, things became clear to me. I was able to understand reasons to starting wars, and the different tactics, doctrines, and how unpredictable wars can be. Even though I studied civil engineering during my undergraduate studies, I quickly understood that the construction industry is a social program that's aimed at meeting the basic necessities of human beings, which is shelter and infrastructure. Hence, construction and politics are heavily intertwined, which made me more eager to pursue this degree in the hopes of a holistic understanding. The war forced me to leave home in Mekelle and find safety in Addis Ababa. However, no safety was found in Addis Ababa either. Due to the ethnic nature of the conflict, many Tigrayans, including my cousins and family, were detained all over the country. Additionally, 12,000 other Ethiopians from my region are still being detained under unbelievable circumstances. Some of them died of heat, some starved to death, and some suffered illnesses and lost their lives as a result. As I'm standing here today, over 6 million Tigrayans in Ethiopia are in extreme starvation, on the edge of stage 5 famine, due to the siege over the Tigray region. In Professor Robbie Sable's class, we learned that it's against international law to use starvation as a weapon of war. Unfortunately, this law is being violated in Ethiopia. My journey to Israel was miraculous and probably saved my life. The decision to study security and diplomacy was motivated by realizing that the importance of diplomacy to attain security. Failure of effective diplomacy can lead to wars, which I have experienced personally. Millions have died and millions more are starving because of failure of diplomacy. I am sure that pursuing this degree will open doors for all of us, for all my fellow graduates, to use our previous skills while integrating our first and second degrees. Finally, I would like to emphasize the importance to my fellow graduates that even though it might be easy to feel hopeful in a happy day such as today, we should not fail to appreciate the state of the world that we will be facing going back to our countries. We should aim to facilitate harmonious living based on human rights and international law in our respective corners of the globe. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Yibra, for sharing about your difficult past and for your touching words. I am now pleased to welcome Adi Varsano and Yogev Cohen to perform for us Michtav Le'achi by the Israeli singer Eli Butner.
ערב טוב לכולם, good evening. אל תפחד, תשאף לדעת, אל תדאג עוד תקיים. מי שבידו לגעת, יש שבליבו עוד לנחם. אל תפחד, ימים יבואו בעונות, שנה תחלוף. אתה תראה שעוד נגיע אל הסוף. אל תפחד ממציאות נושכת ואנשים קרים. כל אחד סוחב בבטן ומעט שעליהם רואים. כמה כוח יש ברגע והנצח אל הסוף. בכל דמעה שעוד תרד יגיע צחוק, וזה הרגע, הנה בא השעה. להעמיס את הדממה, ויש סיבות לכל דבר, יש חלום שלא נגמר, בסוף הדרך עוד תהיה מאושר. וקדימה אל האופק, אל השמש הטובה, זה רחוק אבל תגיע, קצת עייף וקצת צמא לאהבה שמחכה לך, תקטוף אותה כפרי בשל, ואז תנוח תרדם בעצב, וזה הרגע, הנה בא השעה, מה תביא את הרוח, מה ימיס את הדממה, ויש סיבות לכל דבר, יש חלום שלא נגמר, בסוף הדרך עוד תהיה מאושר, וזה הרגע, הנה בא השעה, מה תביא את הרוח, מה ימיס את הדממה, ויש סיבות לכל דבר, יש חלום שלא נגמר, בסוף הדרך עוד תהיה מאושר, בסוף הדרך עוד תהיה מאושר. תודה רבה.
If I haven't lost my microphones, but I can still yell loudly if you guys need me to. Okay, it is now my pleasure to invite our keynote speaker tonight, Ms. Jackie Gorin. Ms. Gorin is the head of the program in SOFR Global MBA.
Wow. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Jackie Gorin, and I'm going to be your keynote speaker tonight. I remember three occasions when I was sitting just like you, listening to a keynote speaker and actually waiting for them and the ceremony to end and to go out and drink something with my friends. So when I was asked to be your keynote speaker, I thought, is there anything that I can share with you in 5 to 7 minutes that will have any meaning for you, that will be meaningful for you? Well, I'm not sure yet, but let's give it a try and see how it goes. So who am I? I'm the head of the SOFR Global MBA. I'm also a mother of two. I'm a yogi. I'm a swimmer. I'm a lecturer at university. But I'm also a venture capitalist, which is investor that invests in high-risk ventures. But in the last 10 years, I've been investing only in ventures with what we call triple bottom line or double bottom line, which means that I invested in ventures that are not only making money for me, for the investors, but also create positive impact on society, the planet, or both of them. In the first 20 years of my career as a regular VC, I still had social values that I cared about. I cared about the environment, I cared about the society. My boss back then, actually every time I had more than 3 people in the room, so he was really terrified that I'm establishing a workers' union. So, I was social. But back then, mixing business with my personal values was considered a very big no-no. And there was an established theory behind it. The theory was developed by Professor Milton Friedman from the Chicago University. He was an economist. And in 1970, he wrote an article that was a great success, in which he said that the only purpose of the corporate, of the business, is to maximize profits for its shareholders. It means one value, maximizing profit, one stakeholder, shareholders. That's it. Professor Friedman's theory became an axioma and was taught and is still being taught in every business school and every law school, at least in the Western world. It has been incorporated into our legal system and into the way we think about involving values with business. Actually, we are trained to separate both of them. The philosophy behind this theory was that while governments and NGOs are responsible for solving social problems, corporates should deal with innovation, with employment, and mainly create capital that will provide the resources for the governments to do their job. Well, 50 years later, social gaps keep on growing, mainly in developed world, by the way, and the planet's condition, well, I don't need to talk about that. You all know that it's getting worse and worse every year. At the same time, corporates have today more resources, influence, and power than they ever had before. And it seems that if they are not only not contributing to solve social and environmental problems, but rather contributing to the creation of these problems. So something changed in the equation. The question there being asked over and over again is, should we change the paradigm about the role of the corporate, of the company? Should we expand the responsibility of the company beyond just creating fortune for shareholders and look at it as a multi-stakeholder, multi-purpose approach? Well, I asked myself this question about 14 years ago, and it led me to change my career path and to move from being solely profit-seeking investor to an impact investor looking for, as I said before, triple or double bottom line. I decided to myself that corporate should not be left out of the game, or even worse, be part of the problem, but rather become part of the solution. And I decided not to separate my personal values from my investment decisions and started to look for what we call impact investments. I stopped chasing after unicorns, what VCs are usually doing, and I started collaborating with bees. And I want to share with you the result of this dramatic move that I did. So actually I managed to create impact while getting what we call in business ROI, return on investment. And I realized, and that surprised me, that value-based companies are more resilient in the long run. You see, purpose has its own energy. The problems that these impact ventures were trying to solve, problems like water scarcity, like renewable energy, cost of living, food scarcity, employment opportunities for underserved population, etc. All of those problems are real problems. And therefore, when you combine real big problems together with the values that you put into the venture, you create a situation that the venture is more resilient, and the percentage of the ventures that I invested in that were shut down, that didn't make it, was much lower than the percentage of ventures that are usually closed in a regular VC, in a regular venture capital. This impact strategy of mine, actually, became a good investment strategy with a big plus, because I could bring myself into the game. Well, I'm not alone in this journey. Many others asked themselves the same question as I did and reached the same conclusion. And I dare say that we are in the midst of an impact revolution, which I hope will stay and will not go away. What does the word impact mean? So, impact is the effect that every action we do has on the world around us, people and planet included. It is not a new term. It has always been there. It's a law of physics. Newton's third law is about impact. But until recently, it was never a strategic consideration of companies. Impact in the business context requires intentionality, so it will be something that the corporates intend to do, intend to create an impact, and measurement. In order to avoid what we call greenwash or social wash, we want to actually measure the impact that these corporates are making. In the last couple of years, we see more and more investors, employees, and consumers that are looking into invest in or work for or consume from companies that create an intentional, positive, and measurable impact on society and the planet alongside with profit. In 2020, $3 trillion were invested as impact investments. And there is another term, I will not go into it, it's ESG, which is a little bit more wider than impact. So ESG investments are expected to grow to $50 trillion by 2025, which is a third of the total investments worldwide. So this is a real big thing. There are many reasons why this impact revolution is happening and why is it happening now. Climate crisis, the information revolution, mega funds that are created that are starting to look for long-term returns, the weakness of governments, the data that shows that companies that are diligent in creating double or triple the bottom line have a better return on investment in the mid and long term. So there are many, many reasons, but why am I telling you this? Because I think that in order for this revolution to be successful and to really create an impact that we are all looking for, we need you, the graduates, each one of you. You are millennials and Generation Z, and you will determine if this revolution materialized or fade away. You will determine if corporates will become players in the social and environment playground of our life, and you can ensure actually that they do. So I cannot ask each one of you, but research says that your generation is value-driven when it comes to investment, consumption, and careers, and that's very encouraging to me. You also have funds, or at least you will have the funds. I don't know if you know it, but you are about to inherit $30 trillion over the next few decades from us, the baby boomers, so you will have the funds. According to Citibank report from 2022, if I ask you, do you want to invest in a way that leaves a positive mark? 9 out of 10 in this audience will say yes, and about 30% will be also willing to sacrifice return for creating positive impact. What you fear from? So again, I cannot ask each one of you, but a research that was recently published shows that 75% of millennials and Generation Z will say that the most scary things currently are the cost of living, the climate, the future of work, and it bothers you to a level that you believe it threatens our entire society. So you have the knowledge, you have healthy fear, and you will have the funds to change the world to the better, but how do you do it? So that's very simple. You can invest your money and talent in a way that ensures that the companies you work for, buy from, or invest in are impact companies. You are intelligent enough to avoid greenwash, and there is tons of data that can reduce the fear that impact investment, return on investment is lower than regular investment. So there is nothing to be afraid of. There is a lot of information. You have the money. You just need to use it and maintain this revolution and make sure that it is successful. The comedian Fran Lebowitz from New York, I don't know if you watch the series in Netflix, I really recommend. So she said that young people are constantly asking her what they should do with their life, because she's, not a young woman anymore. And she responds that she really doesn't care because she's not going to be around. But if if she was in their age, at this current moment of time, she would be start searching for water. So I do care, not like Fran Leibovich, I care about the future and I care about you, and I trust you to do something about it and find your water, use your power, your knowledge, your funds, and amend the world we are living in. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jackie, for these inspiring words. And now, dear students, you are welcome to watch this video that was prepared for you.
יושב איתה כמו מצ'ו על הבר, בר, בר מרגיש כמו איזה פבלו אסקובר, בר, בר מה את עושה? זה בא לי טוב נותן לה דוספואה, עושה לה טוב תגידי את השם, אני לא נושם תגידי שתם או משהו קטן קטן עליי לתת לך כל מה שתרצי בינתיים שוב אציץ לך בעיניים מרה 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 כל הלילה מסיבה וכולם משוגעים עליה ועליי תרימו לה, תרימו לי אז בואי נשבור את הכוס ונצא לרחוב לרקוד זה הכל וכולם יעשו לנו כבוד הלו הלו משטרה יש פה שוד הלילה גונב לה את הלב שמישהו תגידי את השם כבר המראה שעל הקיר תגידי כל הלילה מסיבה וכולם פה משוגעים עליה כולנו כבוד Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después.
I got the fire inside my veins, and it's burning wild again. There ain't no running from the flame. Meet the master of the game. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Now you better learn. If you play with fire, then you're gonna get burned. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Got the devil in me. You better get out the kitchen if you can't stand the heat. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Oh, I'm too hot to handle. Oh, I'm too hot to handle. Too hot to handle. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Now you better learn. If you play with fire, then you're gonna get burned. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Got the devil in me. You better get out the kitchen if you can't stand the heat. Mama said, now don't play with fire. You get burned. You get burned. Mama told you don't play with fire. You get burned, burned, burned. You think you're trouble, you like it hot. You come with everything you got, but you're a stranger to the game. I'll try you.
talit. Can you put my talit well? It's good, it's good. Yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful. I'm now pleased to introduce International LLM Program Representative, Mr. Lionel Reich from Germany.
When I started my studies in September last year, I had a steady income, a clear career path, and a girlfriend. Today, 12 months later, I have no income, an unclear future, and no girlfriend. What can I say? Tel Aviv happened. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lionel. I graduated from law school in 2021 in Germany, and then decided to come to Israel to pursue a master's degree in law, in LLM. This was one of the best decisions of my life. Living close to the beach, 10 months of sun, beautiful people. What else could I ask for? So for me, it was clear that I would spend some time in Tel Aviv. And now I had to find a good excuse to do so. I looked into some jobs, had some interviews, but quickly realized two things. First of all, if I start working now, there's no way back to academia. And yes, university can be challenging, long hours in the library, but the freedom that university gives you is unmatched. And did I already mention 10 weeks of semester break? Second, an LLM in business law would really bring my career to the next level. So in order to prepare for today's speech, I don't do this a lot, I did what most people of my generation would do. I went to YouTube and TikTok. The first video I found was called Brutally Honest Valedictorian Regrets Being Top of the Class. And there the speaker elaborates how he had to sacrifice relationships in order to excel in class. Well, all I'm sacrificing are my free tickets that I got for today's Omer Adam concert. The second thing I found was a news article from May this year that reads, Duke speaker accused of plagiarizing Harvard speech. And I quickly ended my speech research because I didn't want tomorrow's headline to read, Tel Aviv speaker accused of plagiarism. I'm not sure if you remember, but 1 year ago, a thing that was called COVID was still around. And in fact, it is still here today. But we can all call ourselves privileged to have studied in an environment that made it possible to remain business as usual and keep COVID inconveniences to a minimum. Not only for this, but for your continued support throughout the year, professionally and personally. I want to thank all faculty and staff on behalf of the class of 2022. I can't talk about Tel Aviv University without mentioning startups, and also the keynote speaker mentioned startups, and Israel being the startup nation. And in fact, throughout the year, I was always confronted with startups here at Tel Aviv University. I took a class on startup law. An Israeli classmate approached me, and he came with $1 billion idea, like any other Israeli, and asked me to join his team. And even a professor encouraged me to co-found a startup. So I did what everyone does in Tel Aviv, and I co-founded a startup. 6 months in, the startup failed. But I didn't fail. I grew as a person, made meaningful connections, and learned more than any class could have taught me. Some of us will pursue a career in academia. Others will become teachers, lawyers, business people, diplomats, public servants, and shape our societies. What inspired me here at Tel Aviv University was that classes were taught by highly esteemed full-time professors, but also individuals from the private sector who are among the best of their fields. They made their teachings engaging by combining established theories with real-life examples. One moment that exemplifies this to me like nothing else was this year's honorary conferment ceremony at Tel Aviv University. Among the award recipients was Katalin Kariko. Most of you have not heard her name yet, but she has most certainly influenced all of our lives. It is thanks to her research of mRNA protein therapies that pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and Moderna were able to develop COVID vaccines that quickly. Another award recipient was Jodie Cantor, a New York Times correspondent. She published the investigation of sexual harassment and abuse of film producer Harvey Weinstein, which led to the worldwide Me Too movement. Soon, most of us will leave this beautiful but chaotic country and embark on a new adventure. Some of us will head home, others will discover new cities. No matter what life brings you, make sure to bring good to society and the people around you. Be the next Katalin Karika or Jodie Cantor. Use your talent and make this world a better place. Make sure to let those benefit from it that are less privileged than us. And even if this is the last academic title you're getting, don't stop learning. Commit to being a lifelong learner. Seek opportunities and discover the unknown. Talk to people that are different from you. Exchange ideas, create something new. Today, people from over 30 countries are graduating. And we definitely have one thing in common. We hate how everything here is so expensive. However, one thing was easy in Tel Aviv: making friends. People are open and genuinely interested in your story and background. Cherish these friendships and make them last. Make sure to visit Israel and your new friends around the world. Yeah, let's do it. Life is all about accomplishing the next goal, chasing the next milestone. And way too often, we forget what we've accomplished so far. We all succeeded in high school, got our first academic degree, and now we can all proudly call ourselves master graduates. Some of us have received prestigious scholarships, others are professional athletes, others excellent musicians, and many more are just awesome human beings. Let's take some time to appreciate what we've accomplished so far. But all of this wouldn't be possible without the individual support system each and every one of us has. Whether it's your parents, spouses, partners, siblings, children, friends, or mentors, none of us would be here today without their support. Class of 2022, please give them the applause they deserve. So looking back, I still have no job and no girlfriend. But I look back at one of the best years of my life, having made friends for a lifetime and a master's degree in my hands. Now I'll go home with newfound knowledge in my fields and a greater opportunity to succeed. Thank you, class of 2022.
Thank you, Lionel, for your words. You're wonderful, inspiring, and very funny. We've now reached the highlight of the evening. I'm pleased to invite the program heads to come up to the stage. Professor Oded Lipschitz, head of the program, and Dr. Omer Sergi will introduce the students of the MA in Ancient Israel Studies. And Deborah Menachem.
So we would like to congratulate our students of 2022 in Ancient Israel Studies. Grady Gillette, please come. Abigail Klein. Dante Nakash. Henry Rodriguez. Remy Rosen. Peter Stasik. Jonathan George Henry Steinman. And Le Chao Tang. Congratulations.
Thank you. Dr. Nadine Nab and Corey Gill-Schuster will now introduce the students from the MA in Conflict Resolution and Mediation.
Hi everyone, MA in Conflict Resolution and Mediation, the best program. Adina Shine, Alexandra Malavi, Anna Moylan, Annika Schuler, Antonio Portilla Montemayor, Camille Moradian, Daphne Kavanaugh, Emily Likens. They told me to go quick. Jingbang Zhang. Where are we? Sorry. Jordan Grimmer. Okay. Maita Al-Mansouri. Mariana Farah. Rachel Brinian. Skylar Zacharin. And Vanya Benavente Talavera. And everyone who couldn't be here, congratulations.
Thank you. Professor Anastasia Gohodzeski, head of the program, and Ms. Claudia Abu Saleh will introduce the students of the MA in Global Migration and Policy.
Hi, everybody. Abir Asuli. Jessica Precker. Pablo Ruer. Anna Kern. Pablo Silva, Navarro, and Sarah Rothschwer. Thank you. Congratulations.
Professor Eviatar Matania and Miss Abigail Ben-Dayan will introduce the students of the MA in Cyber Politics and Government.
Hello. Congratulations, class of 2022. Woo! Azulay Nisim. Busman Altsberg Lasse. Faganano Kaliman Juliana Chiara. Jordan Estefany. Lee Zimi. Miley Faith. Moho Keshet. Ohara Natsumi. Pampas Pamela. Rokach Sagit. Solarova Sarah. Winter Fernanda. Hess Philip.
Professor Bruria Adini, head of the program, and Ms. Gabby Barr will introduce the students of the MDM in Emergency and Disaster Management.
You ready? Yeah? Abigail Zanting. Alana Richards. Alona Cunha. Christopher McCall. Danielle Darcy. Donata Nebel. Lucas Gaylord. Naomi Adler. Noah Raman, sorry, mix them. Polly Hyams. Simone Joseph Ame. Tamir Makev. Victoria Abolsky. Victoria Hill. Congratulations, MDM class of 2022.
Professor Alexander Goldberg, head of the program, and Ms. Lee Mori will introduce the students of the MA in Environmental Studies.
So I would like to invite our students, Liana Berlin-Fischler, Nofar Boldor, Adriana Dolagrari, Nikki Fenton Kedar, Angelica Gottlieb, Alisa Imam, Elizaveta Ivanova, Jonathan Lichtman, Graciela Lopez Schaefer, Georgia Malandriano, Ezra Messinger, Eduarda Miller-Tenenbaum, Kayla Rauchbuch, Shira Raz Schneiderman, Lisette Rubio Zuelta, and Leila Sonis.
Mr. Alon Jasper and Mrs. Orit Gontmeher will introduce the students of the Parasol Foundation International LLM.
Hello, we are honored to invite our student to the stage, Lionel Reich. We would like to wish the best of luck to our students who are here and to our students that already returned home and cannot be here today. Natalie Pinkowski Delaima, Paula Jan, Taisa Boadana Martinez, Rachel Brookman, Manasi Hen, Kim Fulber, Clara Zorowski, Harry Katz, Shaldur Kulkarni, Daniel Martin, Fikarte Barto, Michelle Menashe, Joannas Rabe, Anna Shapiro, Ariane Teodorov, Laila Wenslov. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations. Thank you.
Professor Azar Gat, head of the program, and Mrs. Anat Levy will introduce the students of the MA in Security and Diplomacy.
Gladly, we have many of them.
Uwar Aliardo. אתה אחד, כן. Aya Azam. Catherine Berger, the one and only. Ibra Berhe. Clara Casanovas Florit. Dario Chaiquin. Joshua Flodbash. Nicole Goldenberg. Anne Grebenstein. Nathaniel Greenwald. Jian Lian Yu. Shall I have it? Simon Graslau. Dan Jiang. Congratulations. Matthew Johns. The one and only Athanasios Katsikidis. Gabrielle Levy. Sile Lewinsky. Roman Lispo. Tom Mantelet. Alvin Masawi. Mateo Maya. Zachary Pennington. Itamar Reisman. Congrats. Frank Rich, who did it with a baby. Made it all the way. Mauricio Cortez. Congratulations. You're welcome. Emily Rusak. Liam Saski. Jordana Ship. Stephanie Madeline Schultz. Hari Haran Anandraman. Gia Udania. Dominika Urhova. Kay Weinstein. Amy Wise. Last but not least, Kyle Zuviv. Good luck, you guys.
Ms. Jackie Gorin, Program Director, and Ms. Tatiana Pasco will introduce the students of the SOFR Global MBA.
Hi, everyone. You ready? Alexis Hoffenberg. Alok Barrick. Dana Gissen. Say Genelis. And the last one, Yotam Ovel. Congratulations, guys.
Professor Ilana Shohami, head of the program, and Mr. Jonathan Schaefer will introduce the students of TESOL.
I would like to invite to the stage Blake Steinecker. Emily Neri. Hannah Fagan. Julia Rodbell. Malak Jamachna. Yara Joma. And Yaming Wang.
Thank you, everyone. Can we give another round of applause for our graduates? Class of 2022, everybody. I'm now pleased to welcome again Adi and Yogev for our final musical act. They will perform Let It Be by the Beatles and Lev Yehi by Naomi Shemer.
I found myself in time of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she's standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. עוד יש מפרש לבן באופק מול ענן שחור כבד, כל שנבקש לו יהי. ואם בחלונות הערב אור נרות החג רואה, כל שנבקש לו יהי, לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי, לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. יוגב כהן. When I found myself in time of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. בהצלחה לכולם, תודה רבה.
Thank you, Adi and Yogev, for this beautiful moment. Thank you all for coming, and to everybody who made this year and this ceremony memorable. Students, we wish you all the best for the future and hope that in the coming years you will achieve all of your goals and that your dreams will all become realities. I want to remind you, before we do the big cap throwing, to return your caps and gowns to the counter downstairs. You may be penalized by your program. Okay, but before that, I make a huge deal about this whenever I MC ceremonies. So I'm going to ask every one of the students to rise. Just the students, please rise. Is our photographer ready? All right. Everybody put on your cap. I'm going to count to 3. And when you hear 3, you throw your cap in the air and scream out, and we're going to get a really nice picture of it. Are we all ready? No? All right. I'll wait. Are we all ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2,